Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of the Card Facts. I am Mama from Mama's Universe, and today we're going to continue our episodes of Tarot 101. Today's card is the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess upright definitely gives me everything that needs to be given, especially as a reader, right? She speaks of intuition, inner knowledge. She speaks of connectivity to higher powers. She speaks of that balance between your inner knowing and your spiritual self. She speaks of going into that prayer closet and tapping in, right? When I look at the High Priestess, I definitely see, even if you look at the cross across her chest, it's very much so inclination to tap into your spiritual side, very much so a nudge to tap into your inner knowing and the things that make you feel connected to a higher power. If you look at the plants or the flowers that are in the background, it's very much so indication that what you want is there, but it's making its way, it's being nurtured, it's growing in the background. So while you may not see physical evidence of what you want being manifested, that doesn't mean that it's not doing it. You see what I'm saying? 131 when I looked up. My mother used to tell me all the time, just because you can't see the ass whooping don't mean it ain't happening. And in this instance, the ass whooping is the manifestation. So just because you can't see how things are working out doesn't mean that they're not. This card speaks heavily to things being nurtured and taking time, and you needing to enter a period of stillness and solitude so that you can, 2:31 when I look on my time clock, so that you can tap in to that inner knowledge, that inner trust, that just tap into that inside. You know what I'm saying? It really speaks heavily to you trusting yourself, trusting your inner power, trusting your inner knowing, and really tapping into the things that are more spiritual about you. It's a nudge to explore your spiritual side. This is upright. Now, reversed, this card speaks to bad advice, bad mentors, or not necessarily bad mentors, but it taps into you putting all of your faith or all of your eggs in all these other baskets while you got a whole basket sitting in your own kitchen. You could have put them eggs in. You see what I'm saying? It speaks very much so to temporarily choosing the wrong path, even though I don't particularly feel like that is the case. I feel like it speaks reverse more towards the need for redirection. It's not that you did anything wrong or like you were on the wrong path, especially because I feel like everything happens for us and not to us. It's just a need for redirection. It's a need for you it's a call to attention that you need to tap in. You know what I'm saying? 324 when I looked up. It's a call to attention that you need to tap in. You're putting too much faith. You're putting too much into external forces, when in all actuality you need to it's the inside. The call is coming from inside the house, babes. You know what I'm saying? It could speak to reverse, could speak to somebody trying to persuade you that your inner knowing is not as solid as you know it is. You see what I'm saying? The High Priestess, all in all, again, this was pretty short and sweet, is the number 2 card in the tarot. It speaks of balance. It speaks of duality. It speaks of bringing your spiritual side, 411 when I look, into the physical. It speaks of the connectivity between the spiritual and the physical. It speaks very much so, though, to, again, you having all of the knowledge, all of the insight, all of the connectivity that you need. You see what I'm saying? Again, depends on how each of these cards, 433 when I look up, falls in a reading. Will tell you what it is that you need to know from it, or the question that you ask will tell you what you need to know. But 444 when I look up, and then 234 when I look over there, it's all about taking actionable steps. And sometimes taking actionable steps literally means shutting the fuck up, sitting the fuck still, putting yourself in your bubble and connecting to all the universe has to offer. So again, today was pretty short and sweet. Today's card was again the High Priestess. I love me some her. She definitely comes forth to also, she can be representation for individuals, like if you're seeing her in passing and things like that, that maybe you should be reading. You know what I'm saying? Every reader needs a reader, in my opinion, especially because there are instances where, for example, I'll be reading for myself and I'm not getting a clear reading because my emotions are involved, or I'm thinking about it too much, or whatever the case may be. Every reader needs a reader, but sometimes you might just be that reader, and she come through to tell you that. So that's all for today. Thank you for attending today's episode of the Carfax. Next week, we will talk about the Empress. Y'all have a wonderful day. Okay, love you. Bye.